So here we are today at Sandy Bottom Trail Rides in Marshall, North Carolina. We're checking in where you pay here, sign your waiver, and they'll give you the directions to the Garnet mine. With everything complete, we hop back in the car and we head to the Little Pine Garnet mine. You know you're at the right spot when you see the gem mine sign at the beginning of the road. The adventure starts off right away. You gotta cross a creek with your vehicle to get to the parking spot. So I'd recommend having something that can go through a little bit of water. But like I said, the adventure just starts here. Here we go. This is when you really appreciate being in an SUV. It's really not too much for any car to handle though. Weather depending, I must say. But after the creek crossing, you come to a little flat area where there's a sign that tells you to park. So don't get too excited now. You still got to walk a little way to the mine. Looking back at where we crossed, you go up the hill right here and follow the pathway to the gem mine. It's about, I would say, 300 yards, slightly uphill, but I wouldn't consider it challenging at all. Just take your time and enjoy the scenery. There's some cool rocks to look at while you're walking up. And I was lucky enough to catch a beautiful day while I was here. And there are garnets everywhere. I've even found them in the parking lot and on the pathway walking into this place. It's really peaceful out here at Little Pine Garnet Mine. It's a beautiful spring day. Look at the native trilliums blooming. It's a healthy place. The flowers are on full shine, and let's go find the garnet mine. All right, so you'll come up to an adit at the top of the hill. This is where people used to mine the garnets actually out of the adit itself. There's a great sign, which you can pause at this part and slow down and read some of the history of the mine, the rules for the mining, information about the garnet, January's birthstone, and even how to clean the garnets you find at this place. It's very informative. I definitely recommend checking this out before you just start digging in the dirt. But here's the old adit. We're at Little Pine Garnet Mine outside of Marshall, North Carolina. We're looking for garnets in the matrix. We are not allowed to enter this adit anymore behind me, but the tailings are just spread all the way throughout the mountainside over here. So we're going to see what we can find in the tailings and down in the creek. But while we're up here, check out the old adit. You can see the seam where everybody was able to pluck out the garnets in that soft material. I want to say it's actinolite, but I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. All I know is there's a lot of garnets, and they range in a variety of sizes, from as big as a basketball to as small as a marble. I sure would like to get in there, though. I heard they might possibly try and reinforce the ceiling and allow it in the future again, but I don't know. Looks like a quite extensive job. I mean, look at that. The little tunnels that everyone made plucking out each garnet. But that right there don't look safe. It would definitely take some support to make it safe for people again. You can still see the garnets in the walls. So they got this fenced off, and you are not supposed to be in there. So just obey the rules so we can still collect at this place in the future. You will get caught, though, if you go in there. This is Sandy Bottom Trail Rides, and they offer some amazing horseback rides through these mountains of Marshall, North Carolina. And it's pretty obvious if there's someone in there. So this is where you're supposed to collect, though. On the other side of a small creek, in between the adit and the other hillside, is all the tailings. And you can collect from the creek up. Right here where the road is, I just look under the bridge and look at that. My first garnet of the day. Garnet in the matrix. Just like that. Haven't even been here a few minutes. Just being exposed by the water running through this small creek. After years and years of people collecting, They work their way down the hill because the garnets are heavy. So you're welcome to start digging anywhere on this hillside, and you can wash things off in the creek below. It's very steep, I will say that, so you want to be careful going up and down the bank. But looking in the creek, it's really cool to check out all the rocks that have made their way down there and have been washed off. You can really find some good specimens right at the creek level. Digging, though, is definitely the more efficient way to find a good garnet. You just got to break the surface and look for the shape. Rake around a little bit till you find something odd, take it down to the creek and wash it off. Who knows what you'll find? I've seen some amazing garnets come out of here. I personally like to collect the ones on matrix where they're still in the rock. But something rolls out at you, you better go wash it off and check it out. Maybe we got something here. It doesn't feel as heavy as a garnet should feel. Garnets are really heavy. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. It's pretty easy to tell it's a garnet by its weight. And when you see all the little sides on it, you pretty much know you found something. We're going to work our way up that bank. Look how beautiful it is today. So this is what a garnet in matrix looks like. I was just taking a hammer, I seen a lump in the rock, and started cracking it. Well, as you see, there's multiple garnets in this one rock. Every little edge, corner, and shape, and you can see where other ones have fallen out. Pull them apart, and there's your garnet. You just got to pick and choose the right rocks to crack. You can look for little bumps or a garnet itself popping out of the surface of the matrix. But that's what we're here for. That would make a beautiful specimen cleaned up. I prefer to leave them on the matrix if possible. But you can see there's just more in that rock. So I just kept hitting it with a hammer, and unfortunately, a lot of them just fall out on their own. But look at that incredible shape. See, you could polish each side of this garnet and make a really beautiful specimen. I wouldn't consider this lapidary grade. There is lapidary grade garnet here, but it's more of a specimen. And you can see how they just break out. Right here's the garnet. You can pull this stuff away almost. Yeah, this is awkward one-handed. I promise I can hit the hammer a little better than that. So let's just go look for some more because that didn't work out. Wow, look at this weird one. That's an odd shape. It almost looks like the garnet weathered away on one side and left the other. So they're much better left in the matrix, but sometimes when they're this weathered, they're real easy to get out. Let me show you. See how it just breaks right along there? One more hit and she'll be out. Oh, that one actually is looking better. Try and clean her up a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Pretty weathered, but neat garnet. We got this one over here. I think we'll just try and keep it a small matrix. Just she pops out. A little damage. This is a great place for anybody who's a rock hound and wants to get outdoors and dig in the dirt, play in the woods, play in the creek, and find some really cool rocks that aren't really that hard to find if you put a little work. Some of these are really cool. I really like this one. And right now, you can come collect them yourself. I know I'll be back to Little Pine Garnet Mine. It's worth checking out if you got the opportunity. There's a lot of tailings to work through and a lot of undiscovered, beautiful garnets that are native to North Carolina. And where else can you do this? So make sure to check in at Sandy Bottom Trail Rides, where they'll set you up with a full day or a half day to collect some awesome garnets. I can't say I went home empty handed, and I don't think you would either. You just got to look for that shape and that color and relax. Enjoy the day. And it's not hard to do here. They have porta potties, picnic tables. It's set up for a great afternoon. There's not a lot of places like this. It can be a little dangerous, so watch your step. But when you find a few specimens like this, your day is great. You can't beat having a creek at the bottom to wash things off. It's just neat. None of the garnets are shaped the same. Everything has a unique little touch. Had a great day. I know I'll be coming back to Little Pine Garnet Mine. So if you're ever in Marshall, North Carolina, make sure to check out Sandy Bottom Trail Rides. And digging for garnets is just one of the services they provide. Check them out.